Coming up on the Insane Thought Posse, this week we talk about Neopets, how women are always right, and my screen time reveal. This week we got Melanie Bracewell with us.
Yes. Oh, woo. Sorry, I didn't woo, but I have an insane thought mostly about how we need to stop talking about reducing our screen time and we need to increase our screen time. Get that straight into my veins. I'm plugging USBs in my arm.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, it's one of those ones where you like start at the beginning is like, oh, is this even part of the show? I don't know.
Yeah, it just feels quite natural, quite nice, right?
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Ooh.
I do feel like Erica is further away than I was expecting.
Right?
That it feels like we're like interviewing a third. Me and James, we saw you from across the podcast studio and we really liked your vibe.
Oh.
And yeah, we think this could work.
I'm not into ethnic poly.
Whoa.
I was going to say ethnic. I'm not into ethnics.
Ethical.
That is the hot take.
Oh
we
my
heard from
God.
Erica. She's coming hot.
Ethnic monogamy. What was that?
Ethical.
No, I know.
I don't think if you're ethnic, you should be allowed to have sex, is what Erica's saying.
Yeah. I'm actually an abomination. My parents should have never had me.
That is the craziest intro. What an opening minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what's your insane thought?
Well,
Can you top that?
Can you top I don't date ethnics?
Yeah, now I feel like my thoughts about my screen time app are just not gonna hit the same edgy notes as your hot take. Okay, I have been trying to use my screen time app on my phone to reduce me looking at my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how it like breaks down the apps that you spend the most time on?
Yeah.
I think there's some that shouldn't count to screen time at all. I think that Google Maps, when it comes up and it says you've spent an hour on Google Maps, I'm like, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That's not screen time. That's I'm exploring. And I think it should go beyond that. I think it should be like, if I'm like, if it knows when I'm on the toilet, like that time shouldn't count as screen time. Like I think that if I'm like hate watching an Instagram story of someone who like bullied me in high school to see if their life is going bad, that's not screen time, that's healing.
Yeah.
And so like I think we're all talking about like trying to get off our phones, but there is like parts of our phones that I think are like positive mental health measures.
Yeah.
And the app is wrong and I hate it. I hate it.
Is this like an app separate to just like settings?
Well, I'm saying it's an app. It's not. I think it's just.
It's just settings.
You know that app settings? It's one of
My
those
favorite
new
actually.
apps. But like you give yourself a social media limit, and I've just been doing it, and then at 10 a.m. ignoring it. And so what I'm now doing is just going. You know what? I think we should be using it more, and social media is the best thing ever. And actually, fuck you, phone. You don't know me.
Yeah. Social media is the best thing ever. Is
That is a hot take.
That is a pretty hot take.
I think we shouldn't be reducing our screen time. We should be increasing it. We
Yeah.
need to be more. They're like, oh my God, do like dopamine, like reduce your dopamine because then dopamine doesn't make you feel better. No, I've got everything. Give it to me all the time.
Yeah.
It does.
You know what?
It does feel good.
Yeah.
I love screen time, baby.
It feels good. Like, toothpicks on my eyes. Like, don't let me blink to reduce my screen time. I need more of it, really.
I think so. You're talking about like a toggle in your phone where it's like you hit the switch. It's like, by the way, from now on, this isn't screen time. This is like
yes, this doesn't count as screen time. Or better yet, we have an app that's like the opposite, and it's like you have not hit your 8 hours of screen time today. You need more. You need to see more, and you need to doom scroll for longer. You're hitting your targets like your Apple Watch has a ring that's like you've looked at your phone enough.
Yeah, it's like one of them water
that's what I
bottles which
think.
have like your like hydration goals on it.
Oh, I love those.
But instead of hydration, it's like you can do it. Just like really ruin your mental health with Instagram. Some more, please.
Each one's like a different level of brain rot. Well, first one, skibbity.
Yeah.
Next one, Ohio. And then like continues on.
You're almost there.
It's exposure therapy, really. And then if we get more screen time, eventually it will all even out and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll be really
Have you seen
measured adults.
the video of like these parents.
You better believe I've seen the video.
Yeah.
I'm
It's a
on
screen?
there all the time. I've seen every video. I'm like, come on, keep uploading, guys. I've run out. I've clocked it. What is
It's
this
like a
video?
parent, like, and he calls it like screen maxing, and he's like screen maxing his toddler. He's got like a 4-year-old who's got like 2 monitors in front of him,
my God.
and like an iPad and a phone, and there's like 4 different things going on, and the kid's just trying to eat his lunch. The toddler is literally like so unable to do anything, and it's like, this is what we've got to be training people.
I
to
feel
be.
so bad, but like my favorite videos are seeing like a small child like hurt themselves in some way. I do. That's really cruel, and I know it's cruel, but there was like a video around Christmas time where they would have someone like dress as the Grinch and like run in and steal all the parents. And
Yeah.
It's good
they would steal all the presents, not the parents. Would steal the presents, and the kids are like screaming, crying, upset, and I'm like, oh, this is so good.
Yeah,
There's
it's
something
perfect.
that like it unlocks something in me. There was like a kid. They were like, "Do you want to catch the balloon?" And she doesn't, like it just like bonks in her head, and you're like, "Oh, she's so uncoordinated," and then just bashes herself on a coffee table, and it's good stuff. This is the sort of stuff
And you
we
only
need more of.
You only get that on screen.
Yes,
Do you know what I mean?
exactly.
How am I
Yeah.
meant to consume my babies
Mm.
injuring themselves media
Yeah.
if it's not through a screen?
Yeah. It's
In
true.
real life, no.
No,
That's creepy.
that's creepy. That's super
you,
weird.
a man, go into a park to look at kids hurting themselves? That's vile.
That's where I've seen you.
Yeah. Across the road, like in a trench coat, and if you're like, which kid's yours? It's like, oh no, none of these kids are mine. But I don't want them. I just want them to fall off the slide.
I just
you know?
I just saw there was a rock climbing wall here, and I thought this will be good.
Yeah. So creepy. I love screens. I also love screens.
Mm-hmm.
I use screens to fall asleep. Do you know what I mean?
Same.
Like
yeah.
just beaming blue light into my eyes. Like,
Yeah, you've got a blue light, like the opposite of a blue light filter.
Yeah, to like slowly put myself to sleep. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I use it to wake up. It's like I use screens for everything. I don't think
Mhm.
oh, square eyes, it's gonna like ruin your brain.
And then you're like, a lot of the videos are telling you how to not look at your screen.
Yeah,
But
I
they
get
want you
those.
to look at it. And it's like, this is the CEO morning. And it's like, they wake up at like 6 a.m. and they do this. And then I'm like, yeah, but also while you're doing that, you're setting up your little fucking tripod with your phone and
Yeah.
filming all of it.
Mm.
So you're just as bad as me, CEO. There we go. I'm finally being brave enough to take down CEOs.
Yeah.
You're the new
Coming.
Luigi.
Yeah. Well, they call me.
At my camp that I went to, I was a camp counselor, and they did this. It was like a Christian camp, and they were like, "You got to give up one thing." It was like an exercise that they did, and they were like, "We're gonna do a phone fast." Everyone did it, and I said, "Nah."
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not a part of that.
I'm not taking that.
Yeah.
No.
We were in the middle of nowhere. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I want to talk to my friends. not the
Did you see the other kids just like freaking out? Was it like quite nice being like, I've got my phone. I don't care.
They weren't freaking out. They took it. They were like, really, I'm going to be in the moment. But I was like, I'm better than y'all. And I have people outside of this space that I need to keep in touch
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
And you were the counselor?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, what was that? Yeah, you feel isolated. That's fine.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
You miss your mom? Oh, that sucks.
Sucks for you because I'm calling mine.
Yeah.
I'm actually calling your mom. She's hot.
She doesn't miss you at all. I'm coming to yours.
Yeah.
There's also a screen time app that you can put on your MacBook that I had for a while. And it's called self-control.
It's like this is the opposite of self-control.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
does not let you do it. I've a friend that's got that thing that's like a brick that you like have to like pay, like almost you just swipe your phone onto.
Oh, you
and
put-
it does like it's like a physical thing, and it doesn't let you at all. Like there's no bypasses, and you can't access your social media.
Yeah. I see. I think the thing is like I'm always like, I'm not that addicted to my phone. It's fine. It's whatever. But I know that if I was physically like completely locked out and I wanted to check my phone, I would be freaking out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be like, I gotta know. I gotta see who's posted. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I gotta
Tweaking.
scroll a bit.
Mm.
Sometimes I don't even care what's there, but I like the scrolling is like.
Do you ever feel like you're like, oh my God, like I need to get away from like some of the apps, and then you start like opening up other apps? Like I remember thinking like I'm so fucked because I was like actually scrolling LinkedIn. I was like, and I'm not looking for a job. I was just seeing like the posts on there because I'd like run out of things to look at on the other apps. I was like, this is sad.
Yeah.
This is the saddest.
I have a
act.
low moment like that.
Yeah.
I was back home with my parents, and so I was just on my phone the entire time because I just had nothing to do.
Mm.
And I was just sick of TikTok, sick of Reels. And then I go on a Facebook into an archived stand-up group from the Toronto stand-up group.
Wow.
And I'm reading posts from before I started comedy.
Oh, that's
beautiful.
good.
That's incredible.
That is like you are a historian at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
You
And I'm
know,
like,
you're going through the ancient tomes. You know.
I'm like seeing beefs that I didn't know existed. I'm like, oh, I didn't know they didn't get along.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. We did a pub quiz during lockdown. Well, it wasn't a pub quiz. It was a home Zoom quiz, me and my friends, and everyone had to come up with their own round. And one of the rounds was like arguments in the New Zealand Comedy Guild Facebook page from 2010 onwards.
Such a good premise.
And it was so good. It was like, you know, why did this person get really angry at this person? And like it was like the funnest quiz I've ever had in my life. And I didn't realize how much of an encyclopedic knowledge I had
It stays
of
with you.
people who fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
Ah.
Like I'll never delete Facebook. Like I don't really use it,
Oh my
but like
God. And even though like Facebook has become like AI slop, like part of me kind of like, I love it when you see like a post come up and it's clearly like, I don't know, some big boobed AI woman who's like, no one came to my 30th birthday party, and it's like a cake and she looks sad. And all of the comments are like, I would have come. And like, they're just like 60-year-old men being like, I would have been there at your birthday party. Please add me. And I'm like, this is beautiful. This is what, you know, all of these years of science and technology, this was what it was leading to. A horny old man looking at a computer-generated woman with a birthday cake and being like, I'll help. Like, it's crazy. It's so
I think it's
good.
amazing
Yeah.
seeing like how old people interact with social media, like not knowing that their face and name is attached to what they're saying. It's like sometimes they just think it's like, oh, well, it's all made up. It's all just out in like the air. You
Oh
know,
my gosh.
there's no history of any of this.
I remember my granddad, he was like in his 80s at the time, and he was like freaking out because he'd just got this laptop and he was trying to like work out how to use it and things like that. And he goes, oh, Melanie, there's dancing ladies on my computer. And I was like, what the hell has he found himself in? They're like, oh no, this is terrifying. And I opened it up and it was just Google was having a fun logo for like International Women's Day or something like that. And so it was like cartoon ladies, like that, just like, you know, from, or it was like some international thing. It was beautiful.
Describing that
I
as-
laughed so much. I was like, no, that's Google. It's just.
Also, there are dancing ladies on my laptop makes it sound so. You're like, okay, what have you been Googling?
Exactly. Yeah. I was so scared. I was like, this could scar me for life.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to look at this, and I'm so glad I did.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And these ladies were hot on this Google logo.
They were looking good.
They were something else.
I'm a big fan of screens. I think the screens are really good. I've been on screens since I was like young, you know.
Yeah. So
like
what was your like go-to like first
Screen.
website that you really got into?
Website would have, because I didn't have access to the computer. We had like one computer in the house.
Okay.
It was like one of them dial-up things. So it was like
Yeah.
I had to like someone was on the phone and I had to like wait for my dad to get off or whatever. But then it was like club.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I had to wait
Dad.
for my dad. Dad, are you finished? All right, I'm
Get
ready.
off! Yeah, all right. Poor choice of words. Fair, valid. But I was like, it was always one of those ones where it was like, I'm exposing myself to some wrong-uns on here. It was like Club Penguin.
Club Penguin.
Habbo Hotel. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I was on Habbo Hotel trying to be the hottest fucking Habbo in this
Yeah.
hotel. I was like gonna bob at everyone, honestly. Yeah.
Guy Online.
Neopets as well.
Neopets.
Yeah.
Guy Online I was on a lot, and it's
Guy
like
Online.
it's more like it's like
Mm.
Habbo Hotel and Club Penguin, but like it's more anime-ish.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
And then-
Okay.
We're not breaking the stereotypes.
No. But then you'd be like, do you want a cyber? Then what?
Oh my God. I would have that for Habbo Hotel. You just like sit on a couch next to each other and you go, I'm Bobby, because it would be censored, and you'd be like, "I'll Bobber your Bobber," and they're like, "Thank you, my Bobber is Bobber."
Yeah, on Guy Online, you'd stand up and you'd sit down and you'd stand up and you'd sit down.
And you would call hours and you would be...
And the other person would stand up and sit down like
Wait,
on their avatar. And so you'd just be like going up.
Like dry humping in cyberspace.
Yes.
Sorry, is that not how you guys have sex? I'm now like realizing.
Wait,
it's not
just sitting down.
Sit up, stand down. Wait, stand up, sit down. On loop.
You're waiting for your dad to get off, and then you get in there.
That is crazy.
Far out. That's amazing. And yes, it's just we didn't have, the same access to all of the things, but the thing is like you would find a way to make everything just horny.
So horny. Club Penguin, you're penguins. Like what? It's like, do you want to come to my igloo? And it's like, okay. Like, yeah, check out what I did with the place. You bought like the rug that's like quite nice, and it's like, check it out.
They rewrote, like somebody took the code from Club Penguin because it got like shut down, and they did Club Penguin rewritten, and it was for a while like a great place because you couldn't there was no censorship, you could say whatever.
Yeah, that's what Club Penguin needed.
Free speech.
God.
and then they implemented the censorship.
But I felt like those like formative websites, especially Neopets for me, and this wasn't a horny thing, I just want to make it clear, but I felt like I learned so much about the economy. I learned to code. I was like coding my Neopets page. Like what? Just like HTML is what I learned.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I remember like Neopets had an economy problem because it was basically is how I learned why you can't just print more money. Because in the Neopets economy, you play games and you get Neopoints, but there's no like, it's not like a market where there's a finite amount of Neopoints. Right. You just keep playing games, keep earning more. So then like inflation on Neopets was out of control. You want an omelette that's now like 50 Neopoints when I started, went up to like 2,000. Everything was going nuts. And now it's like they had to do these events because the economy was so bad on Neopets that they had to have these like Neopoint sync things. So it would be like almost like they had to encourage like gambling to like get people to spend all of their Neopoints so there weren't too many Neopoints in the economy. And so like there would be these things where you'd have to spend like 1 million Neopoints to like spin a wheel and you might win something really rare.
This is incredible. This is such an education. Are you kidding?
And so now I'm like, when someone's like, why can't we just print more money? I'm like, well, they actually tried to on Neopets, and you know what? Like, it's not a good sign. Yeah. It was a beautiful time to be alive.
The idea of being like, I remember when Neopets omelets were 15 points.
That was me. That was me.
Do you think the Neopets are like, because they starve, right? They're
like, dead.
Yeah.
Them fuckers are all dead. I don't remember. I don't really know what Neopets was. I never got onto that thing.
It was like, it was like they tried to make a world and you had these pets that you'd look after and you just like feed them. And then there was like a forum and you could join a guild. It was sort of like Habbo Hotel, but it was not like a flash game. So it was like you would, you'd have to click onto different pages and go into different shops and things like that.
I see, okay.
And it was my life.
Yeah.
And I got very obsessed with it.
Was Webkins a thing for either of you?
I know that name.
Webkins.
What was Webkins?
Webkins is you'd have to buy a stuffed animal, and that had a code so that you can then go on a Webkins, and then your stuffed animal would be in the Webkins.
Whoa.
And then it was a huge drop because they were expensive at the time.
Wow.
And then we were like, oh my God, Caitlin's mom bought her 9 Webkins. And it was like a huge deal.
Yeah.
It was like the Beanie Baby thing where like everyone was like, we need to buy all of these Beanie Babies, and they were like, they're gonna be it'll be like, I guess, like, what was it, like the NFTs, it's like the same thing. It's like this hype of like, we need to get on it now, we need to get into Beanie Babies now. And then it just disappeared as a phenomenon and no one cared about them anymore.
I think one of them is actually quite valuable, the Princess Diana one.
What?
The Princess Diana Beanie Baby, I think, is like very,
There's a
very
Princess
valuable.
Diana Beanie Baby.
I thought the reveal was going to be like, I've got one.
It's worth how much? I'm out. I'm going to sell it now. Yeah. There's a Princess Diana Beanie Baby.
Yeah.
I thought it was just animals. I thought it was just like giraffes and
No, it
shit.
is a bear, but it's like her, like, I don't know if it's memorial or what. I think it might be.
Stop.
I think it might be a memorial, but like,
Memorial?
Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah, no, but like,
What?
I think it's crazier
Yeah.
to be like post
Post-death, we're going to turn
to
you
be
into a
like
little
Beanie
stuffed
Baby.
bear.
Yeah. It's like you know what she
Yeah.
would have wanted for us to immortalize her in a bear
Yeah.
and sell it for cash. That's crazy. I can't believe that. If I ever die, Beanie Baby me.
Okay.
That's how I want
yeah.
to go.
We can do
Yeah.
that.
Ashes into a Beanie Baby, one of a kind.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
Are we on board?
Now,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we don't have to be on board. It's
Yeah,
your
no,
decision.
we'll
do it. This is your
We'll do
dynamite
I
it.
can do it myself.
Yeah,
I can do it
yeah,
myself.
yeah.
I assumed you
But
guys
I
would
like
be
that
like.
you're like post-mortem, you're still looking for approval.
Yeah.
Is that okay with you guys?
So I thought- I
No worries
imagine-
if not.
I don't want to seem weird. I just want to make that clear.
I imagine you guys like spooning me into the Beanie Baby. Like this is like
Yeah.
I'm entrusting this process onto you now. Both.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
It's been my life dream
Yeah, thank you.
to do something
I'm
like
glad.
that. So,
I'm glad.
Yeah. I'm
What's the most shocking amount of screen time you've had in one day?
I'm pushing. I think my daily average is somewhere like, wow. Actually, it doesn't count because laptops. I'm only counting on my phone.
Yeah, and oh man, does
I'm
it
bringing
count
TV
double
and
screen
laptop.
time if you're scrolling and watching TV at the same time? One eye on each.
Yeah, in which case we're talking like 36 hours.
Yeah.
Probably. 36 hours of screen time in a
I hate
day.
it when it's like I have gotten pretty good, but then the screen time app will the settings will give you a notification being like, this is your average screen time for the week. And I wasn't looking at my phone, but they've given me a notification. So the phone itself is going, look at me. Oh, don't look.
Yeah,
Oh, don't look. Oh, I'm so shy. And then it's going, oh, but what about this?
Yeah.
They want it from us.
I'm gonna check my screen time right now. I'm gonna
Okay,
see what it
great.
was for the last week. I think.
Oh my God, this will be.
Should we all- are we
this
all
will
doing
be
this?
I think we
okay,
should. I
we'll
think we
do
kind of have
us.
to. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm actually down. I'm down. I'm a daily average of 4.5 hours.
Oh, okay. I am 3 hours 10.
You were worried.
Thank you, Vivance.
You- you were worried that yours was
No,
gonna be high.
Mine is down 67%. I think it's because I've had
Pro.
shows where I physically can't look at my
Okay, yeah,
phone.
we were about to hear
Okay.
something good here.
Oh.
Daily average 11 hours and 22 minutes. Fuck.
That's good.
Wow.
That's really good.
The thing is, I also take Vyvanse and then I hyper focus on this. I'm like, no, yeah.
Shit,
Oh
now
my
I can really
God.
pay attention.
That's so good.
Now I can really pay attention to this rug getting clean.
You've come into this being like, oh yeah, I could do with more screen time.
Yeah, and
It's
then I'm like, shame. Shame.
it's like, yeah, you could. We're out here like these are rookie
Yeah.
numbers. 3 hours? No chance.
Instagram 14 hours. You know what? I know why that's that high.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I actually know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing psycho shit on there right now. Where I'm like,
so
wonder what he's up to.
Yeah.
We're like, check my story yet? Okay.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I think if I was to look at my screen time in, what would I say, 2019? Whoa. Okay. We're getting extra.
Yeah.
Followed someone new. Interesting.
Yeah.
She's cute. She's cute. She's cute. That's honestly, she's cute. She's good. Yeah, fine.
I saw somebody, I was watching this video, screen time.
Sick. Really cool.
But this is what I mean. This is research. This is investigation. This is like, this is healing. This is part of it.
Like I genuinely, I feel like I could learn from this girl. What she did was she blocked everyone on his following list so that when she goes on it, she can see when he's followed somebody new.
That's psycho, and I love it. I love it. Okay, this is my new thought. Women, let's do that. Or, like, let's embrace it. I think you could be as psycho as possible, and I would never, like, if a girl is, like, being psycho or full on about a man, I never think badly on her.
Yeah.
I think.
What are you laughing at, James?
Nothing. I'm just over here, man. Don't listen to
I
me. It's
think
fine.
she's valid. I think she's valid to do that, and I think she's a queen.
Yeah.
And I
Agreed.
think if we do think that there's, that she's in a tough state of mind, it's his fault. So that therefore her behavior is justified.
Yeah.
Actually, my new take is not even about screen time. It's that women can do no wrong, and that even when we make mistakes or we do things wrong, then we're actually queens and we were forced into that corner by a man, probably.
Mhm,
So
I agree.
that's my new take.
I like that.
Thanks.
James?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a lovely idea. Yeah.
The other day, we went out dancing like last weekend, and then James was asking me like, "Oh, how did the rest of the night go?" And he was like, "What's the deal with this new guy, the other guy that you kissed?" And I was like, "Yeah, let me." I said it was so clinical how I asked, and and James said if I did that, I would be in prison. And what I did was I went up to him. I said, "Are you single?" He said, "Yes." And I said, "I don't want to leave this club without kissing somebody," which is also not true because I already kissed somebody.
Yeah. You're lying to this guy's face.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
and then
See, this is
then we
queen
kiss, and
phenomenon.
then he's like, "I gotta go find my friend." I was like, "Okay, bye."
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm with her.
I-
Hashtag I'm with her.
Yeah.
I'm with her. I'm with her. Of course I'm with her. I'm just saying, like, I mean, not that I
You would
would.
go and if your interpretation is if you asked a girl and you said, "I'm not going home until I kiss someone tonight."
That's insane. Of course that's insane.
It's insane. It is insane, yes, from you.
Yeah, no.
And-
And I agree.
But I think if she said no, and it would be funny, you wouldn't go to prison unless
No, unless I kept us.
you can
Yeah.
What about now?
Like, just circle back in like half an hour, and it's like, dude, I'm struggling here. Like, I need a hand.
I need to leave this club.
Yeah,
Please help me.
Honestly, an ancient wich cursed me to roam these halls unless I had true love's kiss.
I gotta get back to being a frog. Please, I need this. Like, I can't be dealing with these thumbs. It's too much. Ah. Yeah, no. I mean, like, I respected what you did. You know, I just thought, like, I mean, that's not how I would have gone about it.
Yeah, how would you have?
No.
Oh, yes, please.
No,
I'd love to know.
I've
What
been
are
out of the
your
game for too long.
moves,
I'm Rizless now. I don't know.
Okay, all
I have
right,
no
yeah.
chat. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, noted. What were we talking about? Neopets. Let's get off this.
yeah, get off the grilling James train.
Yeah. My first screen, first website, yeah, one thing, but I had a Game Boy, and I had a Game Boy when I was 6. So I've been screen maxing for like a long time.
My boyfriend, he said that his like hidden talent is it's so insane. But there was like an early version of Pokemon that was on like a Game Boy or
Yeah.
something. And when you found a Pokemon, they like, you know how they had like 8-bit noises
Mm-hmm.
that they would make?
Mm.
He was like, I could, if you played me one of those like weird 8-bit noises, and it would be like a weird thing like that, he would be able to identify
Yeah.
which Pokemon it was.
So sick. I respect that so much.
You want to date him. Okay.
Yeah, do you have his number?
I am not leaving this podcast studio until I kiss your boyfriend.
Get him in here. Where is he?
Yeah, that's
I was
beautiful.
like super addicted to Game Boy.
Mm,
Like, it'd be like car journeys, like train journeys. I would shut down. Like, I don't even
mm.
know what's going on outside the window. I'm just like, I'm out.
But that's what I think, is that I'm like, I was on the computer a lot. I'm all good.
I'm literally fine.
I'm sure I saw some messed up things. Two Girls, One Cup. I think I saw that
Yeah.
probably in like when I was like 12.
Too young.
And I'm
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I was exposed to porn way too young.
Yeah.
Oh, same.
Yeah. It was
I was tricked into it.
I want to
but
make it clear that I'm not like, let's show children porn. I'm like, I just want to make sure that's not my angle. I'm just saying that we're like so afraid of the internet, and I think I'm all good.
Well, I think our attitude has changed towards it. Remember when it was like, don't meet strangers off the internet? That's now how we date.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah,
you
yeah,
meet
yeah.
anyone and
Yeah.
you become friends with anyone.
Yeah.
Mm.
I guess adults were allowed to meet strangers on the internet. That was allowed.
Yeah,
right?
I got.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's like when-
Craigslist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were getting told not to meet strangers when you were 9.
I try to get
Yeah.
Which I think is okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what?
That's fair.
I met someone who I was friends friends with on Tumblr as an adult.
Do you know, I did that honestly 2 days ago.
Oh no way!
So I used to be on Tumblr. I was very obsessed with Tumblr in like 2013, and I met a group of people from Tumblr that I followed. Yeah, back in the day,
Wow.
like 2 nights ago, because they
Oh my
lived in
God.
London.
Nice.
Wild. Yeah, What was
That's
your
fun.
URL on Tumblr?
Oh my god. I had a couple. I had Jay and Silent Bobs,
Great.
and then the other one was Jason Mewes, which is the name of the actor who plays Jay. And so people would just be always in my like question box being like, when's Clerks 3 coming? And I'm like
Okay.
12, 11 being like, hey man, I am not Kevin Smith. Like I don't have the
Yes, I feel like I saw like there was like a viral like ask box thing that went on around on Tumblr, and someone was like, "When's the right time to kiss a boy?" And like the response was like, I don't know why you would ask a Narnia blog this. It was like iconic.
I never
very
understood
iconic.
Tumblr. I never had it. I was just like I was like a Farmville guy. You know what I mean?
Okay,
That's what I
yes, you were
did.
tending to crops.
There was one year, I think 2009, 2010 maybe. I was more interested in watching the New Year's Eve ball drop on my farm than I was watching anything that was going on in real life. I was literally like, okay.
10,
Yeah.
9.
And then I had to
8.
click refresh, and then like the ball had dropped to the bottom, and I was like, yeah! Just like, this is so sick.
You know what? I went to go watch the ball drop in New York.
Yeah.
Hated it.
Boring?
Yeah.
Well, you have to buy
Awesome.
tickets to go into the main bit.
Okay.
And then like, so I was quite far, and then everyone just kept being like, what street can we see it from? And it was me, my mom, and my best friend from high school. And then just loads of men just pissing in the streets.
Oh,
Then we just waited until we counted down. We went back to the hotel, and we were like,
sick.
New York. We're like, New York, we out here.
Oh my
There's a lot of
God.
screens in Times Square. I think that's what makes it so like
It's
great to
true.
visit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
facts.
So many screens, you know.
That's so true.
They in the finale of Seinfeld was broadcasted there.
Really?
Yeah.
Live.
I think so. I believe.
God, what a great
Yeah.
open air cinema. That's like unreal. I'd love that. Times Square. Well, do you think there would ever be a finale that would ever get broadcasted in Times Square again?
Love
they'd
is
get, like-
blind.
Maybe all like if like the Costco guys break up, they put like their
Oh my
final
God.
final
And-
boom.
Yeah.
Although there was a final boom in New York. I do need to stop.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, is that?
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh,
And
amazing.
that's the end of the.
Wait. Well, we can be like. Okay.
no,
Yeah, we can.
But we can also just be like, oh, final opinions on the screens.
Yeah. Should
Yeah.
we not? Should we not just say like, oh yeah, we final opinion on screen time.
Yeah.
Final verdict on screen time, and I guess women are always right.
Yeah.
Women are always right. Use your screen more. That is the final message of the show. I
Yeah.
think,
And
yeah.
we
I agree.
ultimately agree.
Yeah,
If you're
Yeah.
using your screen to look at women being right, then that's even better.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally agree.
Mhm.
How else are you meant to improve your reaction time if you're not just like looking at screens all the time?
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
and women are always right.
Down
Down the lens.
barrel.
Yeah.